goodness gracious. All right.
I know.
Well, let's move on to something that we really both enjoy, clothing. And sharing designer clothes is actually the model of a nationwide business developed by a local woman.
Yeah, the business is called Armoire, and it's a clothing subscription service. It's the brainchild of Ambika Singh, whose mission goes beyond making us look fabulous.
It's such a great idea. I know that there have been other kind of ideas, but this is the first one that's everyday clothing. And I want to read a stat for you from the EPA. Here are some figures. Apparently, landfills receive 11.13 million tons of clothes, textiles, and that happened in 2018. Only 14% of all textiles are recycled, which kind of blows my mind that there is so much clothing in our landfills. So my question to you is, wardrobe sustainability an important part of your mission?
It absolutely is. And the reason that we have chosen rental as our piece of how we impact that problem is because we think that women really do love and derive joy from being able to try new things. Sharing clothes allows us to keep the clothes out of those landfills. And exactly what you said is the problem. We are producing so much to sort of solve for that insatiable desire for newness. And we're not sharing much. And one of the things that is really staggering is that I think, especially in Seattle, we all try to do a good job of donating our clothes, or like you said, try to recycle them. And the thing is, even at the thrift store level or at the Goodwill level, there's just too much stuff. We don't have anywhere to send it. And so if we can produce less, share more, that's what Armoire really is trying to bring to the world.
And I love the idea of sharing. I always say my catchphrase is sharing is caring. And I do love that. And I believe that. What has it been like for you, though, building the company from the ground up as a woman and a minority business leader? And then how have you been navigating all this through COVID?
The clothing industry is a massive industry, and it really relies on us buying new stuff. That's how the supply chain generally survives. And so this model has been inherently disruptive and threatening to lots of kind of established parts of that supply chain. And so it certainly has been a challenge. I've raised a bunch of venture capital from a lot of local investors, and along the way explaining, especially to lovely men who are trying to sort of like understand the problem. It's not always clear why you would want to wear that jacket today and then change it for another jacket tomorrow. I mean, it looks great on you. Why don't you just keep wearing it? So just sort of explaining the problem in itself of what we're trying to do by giving women variety has been a challenge. That's been something that I think has been really interesting for me to find people, mostly women, who do understand the problem. They have been great supporters of ours in the form of investors, employees, great journalists who want to tell our story. So it is very much like one of the lessons for me has been that when you're solving problems and building businesses that maybe don't serve a prototypical tech venture-backed customer, in this case, a working woman, it's tougher to find an investor community that sees it. That said, when people do see it, it's really, it's been amazing to sort of like be on the receiving end of that support and see people sort of like their lives change as they start to use the product.
So I have to admit, I am wearing one of the pieces that you've supplied right now. This is an Armoire super cool jacket. Now, this is not a sponsorship. My good friend Michelle Lee gifted me this monthly subscription as a congratulations for New Day. And I have to say, I am loving this service. So many gorgeous outfits I would never even be able to afford or get for myself. So I really love this. But especially living around Seattle, it's great because you have same-day delivery, which is ideal. And that's another female-run business, right?
That absolutely is. And I'm so happy to hear that you're enjoying the service. we partnered with another female-owned business, as you said, called GoVVi, and they do same-day delivery for retail and beauty purchases. And similar to Armoire, it's interesting. I think as a group of women, they really saw the need for the fact that with your clothing and beauty purchases, you might need them same day or tomorrow. You know, busy as we are, we're not always planning weeks ahead of time for the outfit that we need. And so this is really a great example of a group of women seeing a need and building a company to serve it. So we're proud to partner with them.
I love that so much. And actually, Armoire just launched their very own app where you can learn more about their subscription service. Just visit New Day's website for more info. And Ellen, I have to say, someone who has been in front of the camera for many, many years now, it's been really a struggle to find new clothes and keep it fresh. So I think like a service like this is great.
Yeah, I agree. I think especially women on TV are kind of feel more pressure to like switch up the outfits. You know, I feel like a lot of men can wear suits and be fine every day, but I love this because, you know, last night, get me a glass of wine and I'm online shopping at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not good and I'm spending too much money and it's fast fashion. I want to also be sustainable. So I'm definitely going to check this out.
It is. It's that fast fashion piece. And also it's all that piece of like, I get sick of things so quickly. And at first my husband didn't understand the whole premise, but now he's like, oh, I get it. I'm all about it.